Hello and welcome back to yet another Let's Play channel. I'm Vic, and you're watching Sherlock Holmes The Awakened. That's not how I usually do it, but that's how I've done it today. So, I found this place, Barnaby's Hidden Gems. I don't know if it's where I'm supposed to be, but it looks like I can peek in the window and I might be able to let myself inside, so I figure, why not start here? And so start I shall.
Rather unassuming for a jewellery store.
Also, the window is filthy.
Damn, he at it again. Barnaby still owes you. If he can't pay in greenbacks, he'll pay in blood.
Now there's somebody that sounds like they belong in New Orleans.
Locked. No one's here.
Alright, that was, less helpful than I'd hoped. Oh. Can I do the neuron? I don't need any blue things. And I don't have enough green things. Alright then. So what was that about? Alright, so that's the place that I'm trying to impersonate what's-his-name to get into. Oh yeah, while I was poking around, I did go ahead and just find all the wanted posters. It was not very interesting. So let's go talk to the angry dudes.
Excuse me, just one question.
I'm bone tired, but yeah, I'll help you.
The two gentlemen say that Barnaby owes them money. He is a known alcoholic and is currently getting drunk at a local bar called the Giddy Gator in the Creole Quarter. He can be recognized by a yellow hat and green jacket. Well, I have walked through the Giddy Gator several times, but I don't think there's any guarantee that I'll be able to find my way straight there. No guarantee, but it could happen. I cannot imagine being dressed the way Sherlock is and jogging around New Orleans in what appears to be lovely midsummer weather. And by lovely, I mean obnoxious and antithetical to life. Yeah, here we go. This is Giddy Gator-ish, I think. Ah, and here's our dude. Trying to beat the heat, I see.
Barnaby. Unconscious, but with his eyes open.
Mr. Barnaby, the ranking house of E.W. Gray invites you to participate in a closed auction. We are pleased to present a selection of rare and extraordinary black opals for sale. Please contact our employee to receive more information. We strongly urge you to wear the cleanest suit you have and be sober. One more unacceptable incident, and we will exclude you from our list of buyers. Thanks for that.
Look, Watson. The two of you are just alike.
Well, except for the
So I
ruddy
look
complexion.
like a haggard alcoholic.
Eureka!
What have you got?
An idea. First, we'll need Mr. Barnaby's clothes.
Holmes.
Watson, time is of the essence. You will go to the bank, not as yourself, but as Frank Barnaby.
Holmes, we look nothing alike.
The hat and coat will do the heavy lifting. Just stay cool, play the part, and no one will notice the difference. Trust me.
Holmes, must we really indulge in this farce?
It worked in Switzerland, didn't it?
Sure, if you redefine the word worked.
I don't think that's necessary. We survived, and we collected clues, and we survived. So, yeah, I think it worked. Also, you know, if the coat fits, wear it.
Where's my cash, Frank? In the bartender's tip jar?
Now, where is that banking house? I think it's off this way. Yeah, there it is.
Where's the money, Barnaby?
Yeah, effective
I'll wait here
disguise.
so as not to arouse suspicion.
Mr. Barnaby.
Right you are. Shop owner.
Right. Your invitation, sir?
Here you go.
You okay, sir? Seem to have the jumps.
I'm in a rush.
Come on in.
Thanks. Don't mind if I do.
Heavens, I never seen gems so big.
I simply must have them.
Origin Australia, weight 40 carats, rare stone believed to be a piece of a shattered space rock that fell to Earth. Those are enormous.
They're so black it's like they absorb light. Rather hypnotic.
I guess we can read the other signs since we're here. Oh, and we can talk to this individual.
Sorry, I'm just dealing with another client's request. Please wait a moment.
Sure. I mean, no. Same sign. All right. Well, how about I have a look at this sign?
This might be useful. I'll make a note.
Yeah, we'll probably check that out later. No pass. Is that all I'm doing in here? Watson can't concentration, so maybe?
Morning, sir, and welcome to the E.W. Gray Banking House. The auction will begin shortly. Name's Zoe Clemens, and I'd be delighted to help you.
Pleasure to meet you, Miss Clemens. I am Frank Barnaby. I do have some questions, if you don't mind.
What's special about these stones?
These gems are rather curious. What can you tell me about them?
These rare beauties are black opals, all the way from Coober Pedy, South Australia. When they catch the light, the dark stone becomes a brilliant rainbow. It's something special.
Forgive my curiosity, but who was the previous owner?
Sir, I ain't at liberty to disclose them details.
It doesn't say where these stones came from. No provenance, no previous owner. I'm starting to suspect they were illegally procured.
What? We would never. I can assure you these gems were bought from one of New Orleans' most upstanding citizens, a philanthropist no less. If you would like to know more, I could get my manager.
You old dog, Barnaby. Didn't think you'd sober up for the auction. An hour ago, you were 3 sheets to the wind.
Oh, you know, I hold my liquor better than most. And the auction was an important business opportunity.
An important business opportunity. Ha! What have you done with the real Barnaby?
Well, maybe I'm drunker than I thought, mister.
Mister? What's wrong, Frank? You're looking pale. Don't you recognize your old pal, Grub?
I think we've been made. Oversized, okay. Proud or poser. Shoeses? Not shoeses. He's got a deputy behind him. Polished nails. I'm gonna go with fashionable menace. See how that takes us.
I know you, Sheriff.
Good. Now, while I have you, there's the matter of your outstanding fines. I've been more than reasonable, but I'm afraid the bills come due.
Fines? Right. I'm afraid I don't have anything on me.
That's funny. Ain't you at the auction? I weren't born yesterday, Frank. Now, assault, battery, disorderly conduct, that's serious stuff. You got off easy, but if you don't pay up, things get a whole lot worse.
Look, Sheriff, I'm not actually...
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Think careful now, 'cause Frank Barnaby only owes us cash. But fraud, impersonation, that's weasel behavior. And you know what we do to weasels round these parts. Feed 'em to the gators.
He's shaking me
So,
down.
Frank, what's it gonna be?
Here's all I have.
Mighty fine of you. The people of this parish deserve peace. They don't take kindly to visitors. Don't miss that boat tomorrow morning, Doctor.
The port town of New Orleans doesn't take kindly to visitors. Right. Well, I guess we better go bitch to Sherlock about our empty pockets, huh?
I told you, Holmes. I told you it was a bad plan. Now we're penniless and wanted criminals.
Hysteria gets us nowhere, Watson. Tell me what happened.
The sheriff saw right through me. He knew who I was from the start. Extorted me for every coin I had.
Bah, all that matters is what you learned about the gems.
I shan't discuss it while still wearing that blighter's clothes. I'm going back to the boat to get changed.
And I'm gonna kick at nothing. Oh, I have to actually take him back to the boat. Fine. Just run back to the boat. I was wondering why Watson would be carrying all the cash, but I did remember that their belongings are all over the dock, so I guess carrying it was the better option. Maybe that bozo has cleaned things up by now?
Oh, bollocks, now our clothes are in the bloomin' water.
It was like the luggage had legs of its own. Oh, Mr. Pratchett will have my head.
I ain't sure what you did to the sheriff, but it must have been something real hairy to have him chuck your luggage off the pier.
With respect, miss, have we met before?
If you were the real Frank Barnaby, yeah, we would have. But where are my manners? I'm Lucy. And you are?
John, I didn't mean to be rude. I've just had a difficult day, miss.
Well, it's barely noon. And you've already made an enemy in Sheriff Grubb. The man starves his gators just in case someone crosses him. John who?
Watson.
Well, Johnny, if you plan on sticking around, you better change that suit, or Frank's reputation will catch up with you. And then you'll be a John Doe.
Alas, I think one of those gators is currently devouring my spare clothes.
You've got yourself in a fine pickle. All right, come on board the Nymph of Louisiana, and I'll sort you something to wear.
The nymph? Is that what it sounds like? Why are you helping me?
Well, let's just say you ain't the only one who's had run-ins with the sheriff. Way I see it, this city deserves better. Now quit your stalling and head on over to the Nymph. I'll be in room 6.
This Mr. Barnaby is proving rather useful. Perhaps you're not so different after all.
One more word, Holmes, and I'll hand you over to the sheriff.
Sorry, was that John talking or Frank?
Oh, go annoy someone else while I visit the nymph.
I think that nice young lady might be trying to get me naked. What say we comply? Oh, is it a uniform?
Always a pleasure to see you regular, Mr. Barnaby. Welcome home.
What a neat idea. No, really. Isn't this cool? Yes, it is cool.
Well, look at you. All dressed up with nowhere to go.
I can't thank you enough. As I was saying, our journey has hardly gone to plan. We seem no closer to finding our missing people than when we left.
Well, if there were anything to know, Champagne will know it. She's across everything in New Orleans. Look for her in the fisherman's village behind the Creole Quarter.
Thank you again, Lucy. I shall make my way there now.
Good luck, Johnny. Keep out of trouble.
American jacket. Well, I feel like I should stick around for a bit. Just wander off as soon as I got
forgive
here.
me, Watson. The difference is plain as day. What a remarkable transformation from Barnaby.
If we're critiquing wardrobes, Holmes, maybe you can explain why you used to roll just one sleeve up. Did you get bored halfway through?
Watson's getting a little spicy. I guess we'll assume that he shared what he knew with Sherlock while we weren't looking. So we'll head on over to the fishing quarter? Fisherman, fishing, some kind of quarter with fish and people. Champagne. It's a stripper name, isn't it? I think it is. Maybe she just works on the boat, but has a local abode. Maybe she doesn't work on the boat.
I'm gonna die. Gonna die.
Are you all right, sir?
It'll come again. I will die.
What happened?
The lower of death came to me last night. I know it will come again.
Ah, voodoo.
Let's start from the beginning. My name is Sherlock Holmes. Could you describe last night's events for me?
I'm Cole Seabrook. It was Maman Brigitte. She came to me in the shape of a giant black rooster. Before that, some hit the wall outside. Then she came in. She took my will and she led me to the water.
Perhaps you were dreaming?
I wish I was. The Great Gator was there. It called me and I couldn't resist, but then the spell broke and I managed to crawl ashore.
Interesting.
I know how it sounds to an outsider, but it was the lower of death and it ain't finished with me.
You mentioned a lower. What is that exactly?
You outsiders only know one God. But there are many and we call them lowers. And Maman Brigitte is one of them. She's the lower of death and life. She heals the righteous and punishes the guilty.
Did you feel anything apart from fear last night?
Yeah. The signs of Maman's presence, no doubt about it. Everything became blurry, and my mouth was dry, and the light became very bright.
That is something.
Well, let me go check out your house. Oh,
There are too many imprints here. It's hard to say where he did or didn't go. He dropped a cup here.
goldenrod, strawberry leaves, jasmine flowers.
It smells sweet.
Did he accidentally
This one
hallucinogen
is
himself
almost odorless.
when he was trying to make some tea or something?
Interesting. I will take it just in case.
I would love to learn more about these.
Cold ground
Hidden
herbs
properties
here.
of some herbs are truly amazing, Holmes.
And some are extremely dangerous. Supper leftovers. It's not a simple tea. A herbal concoction, rather.
Black tea seems not to be very popular here.
Are you surprised, Watson?
Some chewing tobacco leaves. Cheap and strong brew. Judging by the facial features, Cole and one of his relatives. With William in Shreveport, 1879.
There's a big mouth Billy Bass. What's going on outside? Is the gator still there? I'm missing some stuff still.
Are you a good fisherman, Cole?
I wouldn't say so, sir.
All right.
Sir?
Can I observe you? No?
I must ask you, did you have a drink last night?
No, sir, I didn't take a sip. It all happened before I went to bed, and I only drink to fall asleep. That's just how it is lately.
Why can't I observe him?
We have a feathered friend in the case. Poor bird crashed against Cole's house. The damage is recent.
Oh.
A feather. Not black, however.
Did you really expect to find the feather of rock here?
What?
More boot prints here.
Okay, there we go. So, where do we start? Let's see what this one is. Let's try that one. Excuse me. Yeah. What? Let's see.
Cole was having dinner. He was alone. The herbal decoction started to affect him. He became dizzy and dropped the cup. Hallucinations and stimulation brought him outside. He could have drowned if not for the sobering effects of the cold water.
I don't think that water is very cold.
Sir?
What happened to your boat?
Your boat is wrecked. What happened?
Well, I stumbled over a cypress root.
You'd need some force to cause that damage.
Yeah. And to be really down on your luck.
Cole, I am sure that you were alone last night. The Lowers were not with you.
Well, what else could you say?
I didn't say that I disbelieve you. I'm wondering about this recipe.
It's just herbal tea. I went to Mr. Samdi and he gave me the recipe to help calm my heart.
Is he a doctor?
He is a voodooist. It was risky, but all I wanted was some sleep.
Where can I find him?
On the side of the church at one of the entrances to the Fisherman's Quarter. Look for a Veve sign, but watch what you say. He has the power of voodoo.
I'll be careful.
He's a voodooist and he's named himself after another one of the Loa? That seems inappropriate, doesn't it? Where is that church? I think... yeah, that looks churchy, doesn't it? I don't believe that's where he hangs out. Ah, I believe that's the sign I'm looking for. Voodoo Samedi. Dear Mr. Holmes, I knew that when you heard about voodoo you would be immediately skeptical. This world is not what it seems. I find it strange that in your journey you are still in disbelief. I am sorry that I won't be there when you come for me. I would love to help open your eyes. I presume you wanted to ask me about the recipe you found at Cole's house. Knowing of his tragedy, I told him to brew an infusion from these herbs. The effects of that infusion are solace and mollification. If you don't believe me, read this book. There are the answers that you seek. May the spirits be with you, Mr. Holmes. Samity. P.S. After you find what you are seeking, please return the tome. Some books can do bad things if they fall into the wrong hands. Well, in the world we're in, that's very true. So that's it, huh? Well, then, what? Do I have a neuron for this? Is it somewhere else, maybe? No? Let's go back and talk to the unfortunate fellow. And where do you suppose the Baron Samity took himself off to? What was that? Excuse me? Was that you? It's not a very chickeny noise. So now?
Oh, no two ways about it.
No two ways about what? Sherlock, what are we doing now? Hmm? What am I supposed to be doing right now? Hmm? Let's ask him about the photo, I guess. If we can.
I'm cursed, sir.
No? What the hell, Watson?
At least the weather is on our side. Hopefully we won't stumble upon the sheriff. Perhaps when this is over, we can try the Louisiana cuisine.
Why would I bother trying to talk to Watson about evidence? Hard to believe that a giant gator would live in that little bitty swampy pond. What? I can't interact with any of these things? Why would I not be able to do that? I don't get it.
It's quite hot here, isn't it, Holmes?
Hot and humid, Watson. It's pretty miserable, if we're being honest with ourselves. I don't know. I don't know. Like, apparently I can pin this, but I mean, I found it, so why bother? What good does it do me to pin this? Talk to some of his neighbors, find out something about him?
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
I've heard about that. Let
Huh.
me tell you.
When he left the house, they thought he was drunk. All right.
Is this familiar to you?
What makes you think I can be of any help?
You're here? All right, well, we're all out of time, so come back and see me again tomorrow, and maybe I will have figured out what to do next. Talk to you soon.